RollerCoaster Tycoon 3 is a game that exists. Not that that's like public knowledge or something, people really never talk about this game, and it's kind of sickening. Personally, this is my favorite game in the theme park simulation genre, but to be fair, the only ones I've played are this and Planet Coaster, which is objectively the better game, but there's something oddly charming about RollerCoaster Tycoon 3's outdated jank. It's also just a whole lot better if you want to not take the game seriously at all, which is how I usually intend to play it. Planet Coaster is more focused on being a good, well-rounded theme park simulation experience. This game, however, is much better at just being pure chaos if you wanted to. So let's make a park, why don't we? Well, why don't I? You're the viewer, you don't get a say in my actions. And if you did, I wouldn't listen to you, because nobody has ever had good ideas except for me. So this here is my park. I'm playing in sandbox mode, so the game just gives me a flat plot of land and unlimited funds and tells me to have at. Oh, and I also get this strange bald man who's apparently my park inspector. I'm confident in my park creation abilities though, so I'm just gonna imprison him off to the side here so nobody can criticize my park or the way I run it. After placing a row of paid restrooms, I began working on our first actual ride. My goal was to make a bobsled ride so fast that it goes flying off the track. I mean, makes it back to the start safely. Except I'm not good at understanding physics, especially not the ones in this game, so it didn't work. I then got bored and started mutilating the land around it, which split the land and created this little colony of people trapped at the entrance. The entrance itself is kind of blocked off too, though, so I give them about like a week before they all die of starvation. Oh, also the park inspector's gone, that's pretty good. Pretty excited about that. I tried once again to make the bobsled death trap idea work, but it's still just too safe. It's kind of pissing me off. Why is death and destruction so hard to achieve these days? The world is literally collapsing outside. Alright, well now the bobsleds are working, but nobody wants to ride it. I mean, I get that most of the park goers are trapped and can't access it, but come on, this whole group of people has full access to the safe as shit bobsled ride. And this little green fucker right here keeps walking up to the ride and then chickening out. He's making me look bad, and I can't have that. I need to take care of him. I'm getting kinda sick of this landscape I can't build on properly, so I'm just gonna tell people it's the park inspector's fault and leave the save and never come back. Alright, attempt number 2. First order of business, product placement. Second order of business, mild racism. Oh my god, who approved this? I've created a shopping area for my park goers, complete with all of the shops a person could need to go to while at a theme park. Shops such as Joe Bibbin, My Weenord, Spooker Shaky, and a first aid center that I couldn't charge people to use, so instead I just put several ATMs outside so they think it will charge them and therefore they don't use it. It's confirmed science that theme park guests are just that stupid. In order to make our valued customers feel more safe at my park, I set up this custom images feature and surrounded this entire path with nothing but images of Paul Blart, because Kevin James is the face of safety. It's also a way to make up for the fact I never hired any actual security, so static pictures of Paul Blart are the best we've got. Welcome to my park, the safest place on Earth, known for our world-famous slogan, "Someone will die." The Observer demands it. And just in case the Observer doesn't get his sacrifice, I've created this little fenced-in area for people I don't like. Just in case I need a backup, you know? I also left a loose ape in there so that they're kept in a constant state of fear. And if the monkey becomes a bit too much, I can always just take him out too. Anyways, it's time for my next coaster, my magnum opus. It will be a coaster that goes straight up into the sky, then the guests will get a great view of this mountain with a single alien and a picture of Among Us, right before plummeting straight down into the ground. Okay, scratch that. That idea did not work. The Among Us hill was a bit too high, so instead I've made the hill much shorter, and I've had it launch our guests straight into a wall of troll faces. Still about an equal amount of terror, I'd say. In another effort to instill terror, I started driving a car straight down Paul Lane, because it's just that easy to amuse me. Unfortunately, the Animal Protection Society has decided to confiscate my loyal guest scaring monkey. I'm not sure if it's because I haven't fed him or because he's been frozen in place for the last hour. Regardless, farewell guard monkey, you will be missed. In his honor, I've added more monkeys, including one who gets to free roam the park. The guests really don't seem to care all that much though. So time for another attraction. This time I'm thinking go-karts? I've created the perfect go-kart track. It goes slightly to the side, then straight up, and then... Yeah, I'm sure that's about what you expected. I've received a fine for being criminally negligent, which is the perfect opportunity to create the world's largest swimming pool, fence the whole thing off, and trap a single guest inside. They can swim, it's probably fine. Alright, fine. You can be let out of the pool for just a little bit, but you have to stay in the sacrifice cage. You can hang out with our famous Panda Man entertainer. Oh, never mind. We need more. Something else to really draw in crowds. How about 2 animatronics dancing in front of a guillotine? How about an entire forest of trees with animatronic monkeys? We're really pushing the limits of innovation right now. Perfect timing too, because Animal Control has stolen another of my real monkeys. Nobody likes you, Animal Protection Society, and your dumbass tiger helicopter. They're trying to confiscate my elephant family, too. The ones I left isolated on a mountain with a grizzly bear. After they got all boxed up, I made sure to put an acacia tree next to them, so maybe Animal Protection would think it was some kind of out-of-date Christmas display and leave them alone. Wait, 1 second. Time for the regularly scheduled go-karts from the sky. Now is probably a bad time to point out I forgot to make the doorway of first aid accessible. It was at this point I finally faced the facts and realized my park is a complete disaster. It's just not scary enough, not enough of a thrill. So I did the only logical thing when you've run out of ideas.